and I will be your Roblox Studio teacher. And welcome to our fourth lesson for our Roblox Studio course. And today we're going to be learning about scripting. Okay, so it's going to be pretty hard, but I'm sure all of you can do it and script very well inside Roblox Studio. Okay, all right, so we're gonna get started. Can you guys all see the screen with the Roblox Studio sign? If you can, just react with thumbs up or type in the chat or say yes, just to let me know that you can see. Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So we're gonna start right now. So first, if you can, try going inside Roblox Studio. If you can't right now, that's also fine. Just try opening it when I'm talking, because we're going to be using Roblox Studio today to do some scripting. So if you can go inside Roblox Studio, I'll give you guys a few seconds to do it now. It's going to be a very hard but also really fun lesson today. So try going inside Roblox Studio. Okay, just a few more seconds. Okay. How many of you are guys inside Roblox Studio now? If you are in, just give me a thumbs up. And if you're not, that's also fine. Just wait a bit and just try opening it. If you can't open Roblox Studio, then you can contact me on WeChat, or you can try deleting Roblox Studio and installing it again and seeing if that works. Okay, so just try to solve it first, and if you can, feel free to message me on WeChat as well. Okay, all right, so let's start with our lesson today. So today let me just explain to you what scripting is. Okay, so scripting is one of the most important part in building games. So if you want to make like a car game or a zombie game or any kind of game, you'll almost always use scripting. Okay, so how do you explain what scripting is? So first, you can think of scripting like action and change. Okay, so when you have a script, so when you're scripting, you use a script, and when you're scripting, you want change and action inside the game. So try thinking of it like that. Okay, and on the left, you can see two pictures, and they look like lines of different words, right? And they look very complicated, but they are not actually that hard. And we will not be doing these hard coding for now. They are just to show you that scripting is basically telling what the computer to do, and basically telling them how to like go through some action or how to change something inside the game. It's basically for Roblox Studio to understand you, right? And of course, you do it by typing with English words. So that is also why our class is in English, because when you do scripting, you will use English. So that is why we're using English for the class. And it will be easier if you're doing scripting to use English, right? Okay. So remember, scripting is about what happens inside the game, right? So let's say I put a part inside the game, and then I want the part to move around, right? But if you only put a part inside the game, it's not really going to move around unless you tell it to move around, right? And for it to move around, we will need to script and change the part's location inside the game for it to move. So that is
also do cool stuff, like maybe changing its effects, or maybe making it do a special action, like making a gun to shoot.
yeah, okay, so that's very good. So if you want, if you want to make a gun to shoot a bullet, that's going to be very hard coding, Vincent, okay? And I'm sure you can do it, but for today, we are not going to learn something that hard. But yes, that is what you do with scripting. So of course you need a script to make a gun shoot a bullet, right? You can't do it with no coding or scripting. And yeah, another word for scripting is coding. So if you hear someone say I'm coding or I'm scripting, they basically mean that they're typing stuff inside the game to do some action or change, right? Okay. And okay, so just to clarify, scripting only runs inside the game, okay? So let's say you're in Roblox Studio. Okay, I'm going to show you right now. I'm gonna share my screen for Roblox Studio first. Just gonna share this. Okay, can you guys, okay, I think it's loading. Can you guys see my Roblox Studio screen? Yes? Roblox Studio, can you guys see it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Just gonna create a new game first. So for today, we're gonna use a base plate, but I'll just show you first and then I'll try doing it again, okay? So yeah, it only works inside Roblox Studio. So as you can see, if you weren't in our first 3 classes, this is a project inside Roblox Studio. First you go to the main screen, like just now, like the main screen, and then you click on one project or you create a new project, and then you go to here, and this is our Roblox Studio screen, right? And if you want to go inside the game, all you have to do is press play, which is this big blue triangle here, and you can also press it here. So just the basics, and if you just press play, then you can go inside the game, right? And when you're inside the game, okay, remember that when you're inside the game, you'll always see your own character. It's kind of slow right now, but you'll see your own character if it comes up here. Okay, we'll wait for it to load. So I'll tell you guys a bit more. Oh, okay. So when you're inside the game, you'll see your own character and you can jump around, right? So this is when you're inside the game. And then when you're outside the game, when you press stop here, when you press this, like a red red square, then you go outside and now you're inside Roblox Studio. So you're not actually playing the game and the script won't work, okay? So remember that the scripts only work inside the game. So when you press play, then the things you want the game to do will do, right? So it wouldn't run if it's inside Roblox Studio. Next, Roblox Studio, you code or you script with things called scripts. So they're basically like these kind of things. It's like lines. So they give you many lines and then you can type stuff on it. So telling what you want to do inside the game, right? And in Roblox Studio, there are 3 types of scripts. You don't need to know them. Just remember that we have different kinds of scripts. And today we'll be using the most basic type, the script. But remember that there are also local script and module script. They are more advanced. So if you want to know, you can try searching it up on the internet. And also, Roblox Studio scripting is basically coded in Lua. So Lua is a programming language. If you don't know, a programming language is a language for computers, right? if you want the game, Roblox Studio, to know what you're saying to him, like if you want to say, I want this part to move to this place, or I want this part, or I want this bullet to hit that guy, I want the part to turn red, then you have to make sure the computer knows what you're saying, right? So we do that by writing in a language. So let's say you go to America, then you have to speak English. If you go to Spain, you have to speak Spanish, right? So when you talk to computers, you have to use their language, which is called Lua for Roblox Studio, okay? A language that computers understand. Okay, so now we're going to use something called the output. Let me just show you inside Roblox Studio, but basically it's a window, like it's a thing inside Roblox Studio here. As you can see, I put a screenshot. It's a place that you can see the messages from your script. Like let's say you want to say want the computer to print hello, then you can just see the message here. So it's a window to see the messages, and you can also use it to see if there's something wrong with your script, or like if the script has an error or something like that, right? You can see an output. So I'm just going to teach you guys how to open the output very quickly. It's pretty simple. So step 1, click view. Step 2, click this button, which is the second one on the first row. I'll show you guys right here. Basically, you just have to click on view first. Remember, basically all our stuff are from view. So if you came to our first 3 classes, you'll know that many things we used came from view. Remember Explorer, properties, and these things. So just click on this one. So I think for many of you, it's already open. So if you see output down here, then it's already open, right? So you just have to click this. So go to view, and then the second one on the first row, you can see the output thing here. So just click on it and you can open output inside Roblox Studio, okay? Just one more time, press view, and then press output, okay? All right. So, okay, just a few more seconds for you guys to open output because we're going to be using it for later on. Okay. Did you guys open it? Okay, thumbs up if you open output and you are inside Roblox Studio. Yes? Thumbs up, reaction. If you need some time, just say like how or something. Leo, if you have a question.
No, can you wait for me? I got kicked and then it's starting to upgrade.
Oh, okay. Sure. So just upgrade now and just listen to what I'm saying, and after I finish talking, then we can start doing stuff. Okay. So yeah, just it's all right. Because Roblox Studio always upgrades. Remember, like when you like see something that says like Roblox Studio is upgrading, then like just wait for it because you need to upgrade, like update the app for it to work. So just wait a few minutes and it should open. Okay, so we're just going to move on for now. And if your Roblox Studio is updating or there's something wrong, then you can always watch the recording, right? So I'm recording this lesson, and if you don't if you miss something or you're late, then you can always listen to the recordings. But you should try to come to lesson on time, so then like I can help you, right? Like if your Roblox Studio doesn't work, then I can help you with it. Okay, so right now we're gonna try writing something, your first script, and then to print hello Roblox inside your output, okay? So as you can see, we only have to write one line, and by writing this line, then the Roblox will send this line for us inside the output, and that's which says hello Roblox, okay? So if you're ready, I'm gonna start making this script. And okay, we're gonna start right now. Okay, so to make a script, all you have to do is go to Explorer. So if you don't have Explorer open, then remember, just press View, and then you can open Explorer and Properties on the left, which is from our second lesson. You just have to open it by clicking on it. So if you don't have it open, just click Explorer and Properties, then you can have it open on here, okay? And in the workspace, we press the little plus sign over here, and which means create something. The plus always means that we are making something inside the game. And let's say we want to make a script, okay? So we want to make a script, which we will use for our first program. Just click on script, first click on the plus, and then click on the script, okay? So very easy first step, press the plus, and second, you can find the script here by just looking for it. It is like some text over here. You can see the icon. Okay, so once you click on it, then you'll see this. So this part might be a bit boring, I know, but it is very important that you know this so then we can make way cooler stuff later on, right? So very important. And once you press plus and you create a script, then you can see your script here in workspace. You can see it here, or you can see how it's here now. Remember that we used to have this screen, but once you press plus and made a script, then the new script that you created is now here. So you should see something like this, okay? If you have any questions about this part, just let me know, like raise your hand or type in the chat. I'm always watching. You see how now you see this, right? So how do I see the original screen? Well, all you have to do is press the base plate. You see here that now you're in the script screen. And if you want to see the base plate again, you can just press the base plate button. And now you can see the game view again. And remember from our first lesson, if you want to move around, just press WASD. And now you can turn around the camera, remember, WASD, and use the right click to move around. Okay, so back in the script. Right now, you can see that it says print, PRINT, hello world. So what does this mean? Okay, so print, basically, if you guys used a printer? So a printer prints stuff out, right? You print some text on a paper. So that's a printer. But what does print in a computer language mean? Well, for most computing language, print means that you want the computer to say something back to you. You want the computer to say hello world to you, right? So print means I want to put some text out inside the output so that I can see it. So right now we have print hello world, which means that the computer will tell me when I press play that the computer will say hello world, right? So right now let's just try it. Let's just press play and see. Remember the output? The output shows what the computer is doing or trying to say to you, right? So let's say we want the computer to say to me, hello world, okay? So remember, all you have to do is press the blue triangle, and once you press it, And now you're inside the game. And if you go down here, you can see hello world, right? So that's from our script. And it shows you that it's from the server. If you don't remember from first class, server is a big computer, right? That all the players connect to, that manage all the game stuff. So that's the server. And it comes from script. So which is here, right? We print hello world. And now the computer said to us, hello world. So what if we want it to say hello Roblox? Very easy, right? Print hello world. All we have to do is to change world to Roblox. So I'm just gonna do it very quickly. Remember, every time you change something inside the script, you have to stop the game first. And when you stop the game and you play the game again, then the script will run again and you will see. Now it says hello Roblox, right? Very simple. So we basically finished what's here. Hello Roblox, print hello Roblox, and hello Roblox down in the output, right? Very simple. Okay, now we're gonna move on to harder stuff, okay? Did any of you guys try writing this part on Roblox Studio? If you did it, it's going to be very cool. So just maybe a thumbs up if you printed hello Roblox. Many of you guys maybe have not finished it yet, but all you have to do is change the world to the Roblox and try doing it right now if you didn't do it. And because the next part, we're gonna do something with the script as well. So okay. I guess we'll move on to
How do
something
I
very
type?
simple right now. And did you open the script? Like open a new
Yeah.
script? Is your keyboard working? If your keyboard is working, then are you typing in Chinese or something?
No, I'm not. I just can't get in. Not really, I can't get in, but I can only highlight words.
Ooh, you can only highlight this like this.
Wait, how do
Um,
you make a full screen? How do you make the typing full screen?
You mean the script, or do you mean Roblox Studio?
The script.
The script? I don't think can make it like full screen. I think like it's only like this big. Maybe if you want to make it a bit
No, the
bigger.
typing part.
Oh, like here?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you using a Windows or Mac
I'm
computer?
using a MacBook.
Okay, so press Command plus. So Command and press plus, and you can make it larger. Yeah, I should make it larger as well. So this is a bit better, I think. Yeah. So just press Command and press plus, and now you see how it's bigger,
No, how
right?
do I get it to type? Right now I can't get to that screen.
Like you can type like this.
Yeah.
I think then maybe it's something wrong with your keyboard, because then you should be able to type like this,
No, I
right?
can't get on the screen to type.
Oh, you mean, oh, you mean, oh, you can type in your own computer, right? Like, do you mean typing like on my screen?
I'm typing on your screen, but my own computer, I don't know how to get to that page or type.
You can try like going to, I don't know, maybe if you can type, then on your own computer,
Not that
maybe.
I can't type, I can't get this to the screen where I can type.
So you're not in the script.
Yeah.
Okay, so one more time, just go to workspace and press the plus button, and you can see the script here. And when you press it, you should see something like this. So one more, press the plus on the Explorer and press script, okay?
Thank you.
Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you should be able to see this, and then you can change the world to Roblox, right? So just press the plus button and press this. Okay. Let's just move on a bit. Okay, so we're going to talk about variables very quickly, but we're not going very in depth with it. So just know that variables, it's a concept. Basically, it just means that we are using a word to represent something inside the game. So let's say I have this mouse, right? I'm gonna call this mouse like Bob. Okay, so this mouse is now called Bob. And when I'm writing it inside the game, I'll say like Bob equals like the place of my mouse, right? Basically, it just means that I'm giving something a name. And that name will now represent whatever that you're giving the name to. Like if I name my mouse Bob, then every time I type Bob, then this on the computer will know that I'm referring, or I was talking about the mouse. Okay. So basically in scripting, let's just say I want to name a number with another name I want. So I'll just say my number or any name you want. So let's just do the typing here. So I'm just very quickly, like if you want to name like 1 equals to, so I want to say I want to name the number 1x. So I can just say x equals 1, or I want to say like y equals 5, or like any number, anything equals like 399, right? So basically you're just giving names to different like values. So you can give it to values, or you can give it to parts. So let's say I want to refer to the base plate, then I can say something like base plate equals workspace dot base plate. And you can see here that for base plate, I can just say base equals base plate, right? So why doesn't this work? Okay, I'm just gonna delete this line. So why doesn't this work? Like I'm talking about the base plate, right? And you might say, well, the B is not capitalized, but even if I do this, then it still doesn't work. So why doesn't the computer know that which base plate I'm talking about? The computer doesn't know. And you can see that it doesn't know because it says unknown. Or when you play the game, then there will be an error down here. Oh, okay. So it doesn't show an error, but basically I don't think it works. So it doesn't work. Okay. Like you can't just name base plate to base because it doesn't know which base plate you're talking about. And you can see here that it also says unknown. Jack, do you have a question?
When I write hello Roblox, there's a red line under it.
Oh, okay. So what does the red line say?
No, that just a red line under hello Roblox.
Okay, so did you put the quotation marks, like the two things here, like the two purple things here, or the print?
Yeah.
Are you sure you put everything?
Yeah.
And there's a red line, like this? There's a red line like this? Like this?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe it's because you didn't put the quotation marks. So it's this, like maybe you didn't put this. So that's why you have to put one at the end. Oh,
I put both of them.
That's weird. Can you like paste the code? Like, do you know, copy and paste the code in the chat so I can see why it doesn't work. Anyone else, if you're like have questions, just try like asking, like typing in the chat or something. Jack, can you type the code inside the chat? Okay, I think maybe it's because I don't know why there will be a red line if you type everything correctly, but there shouldn't be a red line. Maybe like you didn't add this quotation mark, then there will be a red line here. Okay, so we're gonna move on for now, and when you copy the code inside the chat, then I'll tell you why there's a red line, okay? So we're gonna move on now, and so you guys know what variables are. Basically, it's a name and referencing. I think we're going to we talked about it in previous lessons, but if you're new, just know that referencing is like when you're trying to tell the computer which object you're talking about, right? So let's say I want to tell like an alien that I'm living in this house, but the alien's like, well, where's your house, right? There can be like a house on some other planet. So now you want to tell like the alien that first everything. So first I'm in space, and when I'm in space, I'll tell the alien that I'm in Earth in the space. So I'm in Earth, which is like inside the space. So now the alien knows, okay, so you're in Earth, which is in space. And now you can tell the alien that I'm on the house that is on Earth. So now the alien knows that, first of all, you're in space. And
Is anyone talking?
sorry, I think I just got disconnected a bit, but can you guys see the screen? Just, it's loading.
Yeah.
Can you guys see the
Yeah.
screen? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, about referencing, basically you just want to tell the computer which object you're talking about, right? And so let's say you want to tell the computer, let's say I want to change the base plate to red, okay? And in order to do that, first you have to tell the computer that you want to change the base plate, right? So, but the computer doesn't know that you're talking about the base plate. So first we type base plate, we tell the computer that this is going to be the base plate in the game. So basically just say workspace dot base plate, and the workspace is going to be here. So remember we have Explorer, and when there's an arrow and it's inside, everything inside that arrow, like when it's going one space in, these things are going to be inside workspace, right? Just like how Earth is inside space. So everything is inside. Okay, let's see the chat. Okay. So Jack, I think your problem is that you're using a Chinese quotation mark for the last one. Try this one. So wait, hold on. This is okay. So use this symbol. Wait, no. Okay, there's something wrong with this. So like your final quotation mark is in Chinese, is a Chinese symbol. So it became something like this, right? So now you see the line. So what you have to do is go to English and type in the right quotation mark, and then it should work. Okay, Jack? So you can try fixing that. Remember to use the right quotation marks. And yeah, just to talk about the base plate. Workspace dot base plate means that the base plate is inside workspace. And workspace, remember, it contains all our stuff. So the base plate is basically the ground here. And if I want to change it to red, then I just have to, and it's because it's inside workspace, right? I just have to first tell the computer that base plate is going to be inside here. And now I can try changing its color. So let me just finish writing it and you guys should see something cool. So this is going to be pretty like, okay, let's change it to red. Wait. Okay. Let's see if it works. So let me just show you what the script can do. And hello, can you guys hear me? I think I got disconnected a bit. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you lagged for a moment.
Yeah. My Wi-Fi was really bad. Okay, so now you see how the ground is red, right? And basically all you have to type is this. Basically, you're just saying that first I tell the computer with this line, and if you have two green dot like dash lines, then you're like making a annotation, so it's not going to be inside the script. So this one's going to be telling the computer which part, right? Okay, I'm gonna reduce it a bit, the size. This one is changing the base plate to red. So these two lines, first I'm telling the computer which part I'm talking about, right? So I'm going to be changing the base plate, which is the ground, like this part, like the ground you're looking at here, that's the base plate. So I tell the computer that I'm changing the base plate, and then I tell the computer that I want to change the color. So I just type base plate dot break color equals this. Basically just means that this just means red. And basically I just tell the computer that the color of the base plate is going to be red, because anything you tell the computer will do, right? So I want to tell the computer I want it to be red. So now it's going to be red inside here, but now you can see that it's not red, right? And that's because we're not inside the game. Remember when I said that in order for the script to actually work, you have to be inside the game, right? So now you see these two lines. I'll try. I don't think I can put it in the chat because the Zoom chat changes stuff. I don't know why, but maybe you guys, I'll send you guys this like slideshow later on so you guys can see it from there. But just watch what happens when I go inside the game. So right now, just now it was gray, but now it's red, right? So I just changed the color by telling the computer that I want the color of the base plate to be red. And that's basically this line. So base plate dot brick color, which means the color of the base plate will now be red, really red, right? It's a name for a color. So just type this and you should be able to change the color. Okay, maybe not now. So, okay. I know it's a bit hard to code because you don't know like maybe some symbols. So I'll send you guys a slideshow later so you can just copy like whatever's here, you can just type it according to what's here and then it should work the same way, okay? So right now we're just going to be, okay, let's make something cool. And basically I'm gonna create like a script that make parts rain down from the sky, okay? And you can do it with this code. I'm not going to code it here because it's gonna take a bit long, but actually I'll just code it right now. So you guys can see how to basically how to code. So basically I'll make a loop, and I'll talk about this later, but I'll make a loop first, and then I'll make a new part with instance.new. So you guys can I'll send the screen slideshow inside WeChat, so you guys can copy everything here, but you guys can also copy right now with what I'm doing. And then let's change the brick color to red. Change brick color to red. And let's delete this line first. And then let's make the part fall down. This. What else did I change? Okay, I'll change the position. And then I can make it a bit taller. So this is going to be a bit difficult, but you guys can copy what I'm doing. So I'll send the whole script inside the group chat later, but just watch what happens when I run a script, okay? You don't have to code any of this right now. But you see how like when I coded that, now something's actually moving inside the game, right? So now you can see like bricks falling down and like, so the code I just made created these parts, and when I stop the game, then everything will disappear. But when I'm inside the game, then these parts, which is created by my script, will now like fall down from the sky. And you can see it made like a huge pile inside here, right? And when you open workspace, it's still lagging, but when you open workspace, you should be able to see all the different parts that's here right now. But right now you can just see the parts falling down from the sky, right? And then you can still touch it. Okay, so I'm going to explain what this code means. Basically, the first part is I made a loop. A loop just means that it's going to keep running. So we basically means repeat, right? And if I just show you the slideshow. So loops, basically, it's like you do something again. Let's say I can make something repeat 3 times. So some of you guys may have used like Scratch, and with Scratch, you use like repeat. So whatever's inside the repeat will now do the same thing for a given number of times. It can be 3 times or 5 times or infinite times. So everything I do here, when I write while true do, it just means that it's gonna be infinite. So it's gonna keep running forever when I'm inside the game, of course. Like when I go outside the game, then the thing will stop. The loop will stop. So that's what while true do means. And so yeah, so we have a limited loop, which just means that the loop will stop. So it might repeat for 3 times and then it'll end. So let's try coding that. Let's just say, I think this will work. So this is going to be like a limited loop. So I think it only like put 3 parts. Let's see what happens now. Okay. So you can see how there's only 3 parts now, and it stopped raining. The parts stopped coming down from the sky. And that's because I only wanted the code, like the part to be created 3 times. So wait, let's look at the code. And you can see here that I wrote 3. So you can just, if you want to write a loop of a limited time, you can just write for I equals 1, 3 do. Then it'll only run 3 times. But if you want it to run forever, then you can just write while true do, which basically means that the script will keep running forever until you stop the game. This just means forever. And for now, we're going to use this because it's easier to code. And So next I create a part with instance.new. You don't really have to know what this means, but it just means I want to make a new part. And the part is going to be inside the workspace. And next I change the part color to red, like the previous code I just wrote. And then this part dot anchored equals false, means that I want the part to fall down. I don't want the part to stay on top. I want the part to actually like fall down with physics, right? So anchored, if this is true, then it will stay where it is and it wouldn't fall down. So let's say I want this to be true and see what happens now. Okay. So now anchored is true. And you can see on top here that this part is not going to fall down. It's not raining down like just now. And that's because the anchored is set to true, which means that the part doesn't have any gravity. The part is not going to fall down if anchored equals true. So that's why if you want the parts to fall down, then you have to write false. And now and finally I said where the part's position is going to be. And this vector dot new thing, basically it's like coordinates. So like X, Y, and Z. If you learned in math class, then you should know that when I move something inside a 3D space, right? So this is 3D. There's going to be 3 directions I want to move it. So again, if I have this mouse, I can move it left or right, up or down, or I can move it front and back, right? So you can have 3 directions to move it around. And it's the same thing for Roblox Studio. You can move it up, you can move it down, down, and left, right, and front, back, right? So 3 ways you can move it. And that's also why if you want to tell the computer that where this part is going to be, then you're going to have to give 3 numbers, right? So these are many different types of values. False means no, and then true means yes. And this is basically 3 numbers, and this is a color, and this is a game object, right? So they're all different variables, like what we wrote earlier on. Well, it's not really a variable because we didn't give it a name, but they're like different values for a variable, right? So a variable can be true, it can be false. So if I want to say this is true equals true, then this name, I just gave it to something with an actual value, right? And if I want to say something like my number equals 5, then every time I type my number, it just means 5, right? So let's say I want to print my number out, then I can just say print my number, and I should put it after this. So now it should be able to print number 5 out. And that's because we told the computer that number 5 is going to be called my number. So every time I use it in a script, then obviously when I type my number, then the number 5 will show in the output, right? Remember, the output shows what the computer is trying to say to you. And when I print it, it just means that I want the computer to say something to me, right? Okay. So how many of you guys, so I'm gonna try to let you guys create this for now. So if you guys can open Roblox Studio and create the script like I told you, and try typing this part out. If you can't, then try typing the first part out, right? So try typing the first 10 lines, so you can see the 10 here. Try typing this out. And if you type this out, then you should see that the base plate is going to turn into a red color. So maybe try typing this. And if you have any questions, just type in the chat, okay? I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to type the first part out. You can. So I'm just going to okay, I'm gonna switch my screen to the slideshow. Okay, just wait a few seconds. Okay, so now try doing this in your own project by first typing here and then type the first 10 lines. You don't have to type the green part. So if it's green, you can just ignore it. The green is just like some notes. It's the computer can't really see it. So you don't have to type this part, like the green parts. Just type the first 10 lines here. Oops. And you should see that the base plate turned red. And if you want to make parts fall from the sky, then you can type the first all of this and you'll see parts start falling from the sky. So you can try typing that first. I'll give you a bit longer, maybe like 5 minutes to type it out. So yeah, just try typing it out. If you guys have any questions, just type in the chat and I'll see it. Jack, did you fix your problem? If you, yeah, like if you fix it, just maybe type something. Okay, nice. Okay, guys, just a reminder that you have to get the capitalization right. So if a letter is like capital A, then you have to type the capital. So we can see like if it's brick color with the B, that's a capital B, and a C, that's a capital C. You have to type the capital. And if you don't, then there might be something like, then there might be an error because scripting is like, it's very strict. So you have to type the capitals right. So maybe if your script is showing like red lines or different errors, then it should be maybe something with your like syntax, which is like you type something wrong, right? So remember to type like the small like lowercase letters and uppercase letters, right? Like the B here or and B and C here, right? So just type it like according to my screenshot. I'll try copy and pasting this code, but I don't think it works inside Zoom. Chat. If you guys can see it. So if you didn't type it out, then maybe you can copy and paste the part inside this and copy and paste the part inside your game and it should work. So just highlight everything and try copy and pasting it. It might be a bit messy, but it should work if you copy and paste it. So that's for creating the raining parts. And let me see if I can make something more fun. But we have to learn the basics, right? Once you learn the basics, then you get to do like much cooler things with like animation and stuff like that, you know. Oh. Okay, so I think the time is almost up. Wait, let me just reshare my screen. So I'll just try making one more code, and then you guys can understand coding a bit better. So let's try making like a flashing part, okay? So I'll just write a script very quickly. So let's say I want to first make a new part. I call it part by naming it part equals this new part. So now when I say part, it means that I'm talking about the new. Maybe I want to make the part flash. Then I can first make the brick color equal to red. And I can wait like 0.1 seconds, which just means I want the computer to spend this amount of seconds. So if you want to wait one, then it's 1 second. If it's 0.1, and I can make this one maybe like blue. So like you can just click on this for bright blue and maybe wait a bit more and see maybe I can make it the position. Okay, actually I don't think this is necessary. Let's see. So basically what I just did is I created a part that will change colors very quickly. Okay, it's not here for some. Okay. I think I know why. Particles. Not sure why it didn't appear, but we can try it again. Oh, I think it's because I didn't set the position. I think that's all. So if you create a new part, remember to always set the position. If you don't set, okay, so now you see this part, which is like changing very quickly from like red to blue, and it's like flashing. You can see here, right? So this is very basic scripting, and later on you'll know more about scripting, including like functions and events and things like that, which will make your game very cool. But right now we're gonna start with the basics. So let's say you want something to move around, then all you have to do is change the position. And if you want something to change color, then you can just write part.break color equals whatever color, and maybe you wait a few seconds, maybe like wait 1 second, and then you change to another color, right? So this is very basic code. Created the remaining parts, then you should do it for homework. Make the script with the plus sign. So when Vincent asked me the question, he can't really see the script, and that's because he didn't create the script. So we can just press the plus button in Explorer here. Just go to Explorer and press the plus button, and you can make a new script by going to plus and script, right? After you create the script, you should see you should see a world here. So now you can start typing, right? You can start typing stuff, and then you can type this part out. I also typed the thing in the chat. So if you want to just Command C and Command V inside, that also works. And for a challenge, you can create another ring parts, or like what I just did, make like a flashing part. So all you have to do is do the same thing, but keep changing the parts break color by setting it to red and then setting it to blue. So you can just keep changing it in order for the parts to flash, right? And change very quickly from red to blue. So that's for changing the color. And yeah, for the challenge, try changing the parts material to neon. So we didn't really talk about the material, but it should be something like this. So you can just type part.material. Wait. Here equals material dot. Okay. I think it's material dot. And then you can like try changing the material. And if you don't really know how to, then you can like search it up or something. And it's going to be a challenge, so you don't really have to do it. But try changing the parts material to neon, okay? So which is one material. And also try making the parts bigger. And I know that the first part's already a bit hard for this lesson, so maybe just try finishing the first part by creating a script and typing that script out from this slide, okay? And that's going to be it for this lesson. I know it's a pretty hard lesson, so try when you have time, rewatch the lesson and try to understand the things we talked about in class, like output and variables, and try some of these scripts on your own and try changing some numbers, right? Like maybe change a different color or something. So yeah, if you don't have any questions, then you're free to leave. I'll see you next week. We're going to be doing some more scripting, and this time it's going to be a bit more fun, okay? So see you guys. You guys can just leave. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. If you have any questions, just ask on WeChat or ask now. It's also fun.